Hi everyone, welcome to the Kealion Bay Podcast. How's life treating you today? I'm Kealion Bay, your mad science guide, and you've got a buffet of mind-bending topics and sensory surprises lined up. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Imagine a world sculpted to your every whim, a realm where risks dissolve, surprises vanish, and every dream is granted before you even conceive it. You wake each morning to absolute certainty. The weather is perfect, your needs are anticipated, your desires fulfilled. Yet, paradoxically, you feel empty, hollow, starved of wonder. Welcome to the ultimate conundrum, the perfect life that imprisons you in boredom. If comfort is king, why does your spirit rebel? If you are not enjoying life, you must have a perfect life. It sounds like a riddle conjured by a mad philosopher. Yet here lies the brutal kernel of truth. In an existence devoid of challenge, the mind's reward circuits, dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, slip into a languid trance. Hedonic adaptation, my dear explorers, is the villain here. Brickman and Campbell showed us in 1971 that we acclimate rapidly to highs and lows alike, and your emotional sad point snaps back to normal as if on an invisible tether. A brand new sports car thrills for weeks. Then, nothing. A promotion dazzles briefly, then returns to mundane route. But why? Why does the mind reject perfection? Because it craves novelty. Our neural machinery evolved to reward unpredictability. Each surprise a spark that kindless curiosity, problem-solving growth in a world prescripted for convenience. Our most primal circuits cry out for conflict, like an outrager puppy that chews the furniture out of sheer restlessness. The psychonauts on boredom when deprived of the thrill of the chase. Think of it as existence of infinite certainty is, biologically speaking, a slow death of delight. The brain, starved of stimuli, downgrades its own reward settings. What once felt like ecstasy now registers as wallpaper. Lets us summon the titans of thought to eliminate our path out of this sterile labyrinth. First, Aristotle's eudaimonia. Aristotle rejected hedonism as mere padding of the pleasures. He spoke of eudaimonia flourishing through virtue. To him, life's worth was tied to the practice of excellent cultivating courage. Temperance, justice, wisdom, a comfortable life of ease. He warned, atrophies the soul. The truly happy person, he declared, is the one who restless with challenges, who haunts talents like a blacksmith forging steel. Second, Stoic forge. Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius. Our Roman Stoic forebears embraced adversity as the crucible of character. Seneca tossed adversity into the speechless like salt into soap, stinging but essential. Marcus Aurelius on the battlefield of the mind taught that happiness lies not in external fortune, but in our judgments. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. He wrote the Stoic would have us hug our trials like old friends, for each trial flexes and muscles of resilience. Nietzsche's Amor Fati, Frederick the Fury, insisted we love our fate. Amor Fati, the universe with its twists of agony and triumph, is our personal manuscript. Every pang, every setback is a brushstroke in our masterpiece of becoming. Suffering is not a curse. It is the conditional clause that transforms I am into I become. Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, from the abyss of Nazi camps, Frankl soared to profound heights. He found that those who survived, who thrived, discovered a meaning so potent it overshadowed torture. Purpose, Frankl argued, is the North Star guiding the soul through storms. In meaning, we find enduring joy, not fleeting pleasure. Philosophy primes the mind, but neuroscience builds engine. First, hedonic adaptation. Our brains shock-absorbed wonders return to baseline after any stimulus. Wealth, fame, romance. They spark fireworks, then fizzle without fresh inputs. Emotional hemostasis drags us back to the rigidity. Post-traumatic growth, PTG. Tedeschi Tedeschi and Calhoun's work in the mid-90s revealed a paradox within trauma itself. Survivors often report higher well-being after the storm than beforehand. Why? Because trauma catalyzes growth. It pries open new perspectives, forges deeper connections, and cements a resilient self-image. The Phoenix redeems power from the ashes. Positive psychology. Martin Seligman sketched 5 pillars of flourishing positive emotion engagement relationships, meaning accomplishment, not the conspicuous absence of comfort. It is struggle, channeled purposefully, that elevates each pillar. Neuroplasticity under strain. Controlled stress, be it exercise, learning a new skill, or overcoming obstacle. Spur synaptic rewiring. Cortisol evolved for fight or flight. In measured doses, accelerates plasticity. The brain rebuilds itself stronger, like a muscle after resistance training. Why? Then does turmoil unlock true contentment? Let me hand you the keys. Contrast effect. Dive from a cliff into icy water, then step onto sunlit sand. Your veins hum with exhilaration. Contrast elevates the ordinary to ecstatic, meaning making. Adversity. Compelled why question. This introspection seeks a narrative, a story of survival that outlast fleeting pleasures. Meaning is the diamond mined from the bedrock of chaos, resilience, and self-efficiency. Each conquered challenge is not just an event, it is a trophy of self-mastery. Your neural circuits encode I overcome. This belief badges determination and in turn shapes future triumphs. Social resonance. Suffering strips away pretenses and the human heart yearns for connection. We share our scars. We forge bonds in fire. Empathy surges and love becomes the ultimate verge and the deepest wellspring of joy. Enough reflection, let us act. How do you transmute boredom into brilliance? Design micro adventures. You don't need Everest. Try cold showers. Master a new chord on guitar. Write with your non-dominant hand. Each novelty jolts your reward circuits awake. Embrace deliberate struggle. Enroll in that improv class. Teach yourself programming. Train for a 10K. Let purposeful difficult be your daily ritual, like coffee for the soul. Cultivate a meaning scaffold. Anchor your goals to deeper values. If you learn a language, seek to read ancient poetry, not just order food abroad. If you train your body, tie it to a cause. Charity runs, community service, purpose magnifies challenge into transformation. Practice gratitude under fire. Adapt a savor and query journal after a tough day. Not one small victory, and ask, what lesson hides in this struggle? Gratitude and reflection alchemize pain into wisdom. Forge empathy through sharing. Share your battles in a journal blog or with a mentor. Offer to listen to another story. In the exchange, you will find your own story enriched and a deeper sense of belonging. Now, you face 2 paths. The valley of static perfection, where the sunset never changes, but your heart turns to dust, or the mountain of intentional hardship, whose craggy slopes carve you into a radiant form. Which will you choose? Subscribe if you yearn to shatter the illusion of perfect comfort. Comment below. What challenge will you conquer this week? Will you learn an instrument, run a mile, comfort a fear? Your odyssey begins now. And remember, next week, we will dive into quantum consciousness. I think about it, actually. Can your mind thoroughly transcend the arrow of time? Hit that bell to remain forever anchored in the past. Let's drink a coffee.